Let's look at Tiger Woods. A recent video I saw of him. It's probably like 2005, somewhere around there. Here's the way golf instruction has kind of interpreted what's going on in the swing. And I should say, I think their interpretation of what a bad swing is very much correct. Where I think they go wrong is in what they prescribe in light of that interpretation. And I'll get to that in a second. What they interpreted a bad swing as doing is you're kind of getting stuck because the club head is lagging behind in a way too much, too late. So what they did is they said, well, if we don't want the club head getting too far behind, then let's force it in front of us. What he's doing here is very much in line with what they've erroneously taught in baseball, which is slow the body rotation, and get the hands more out in front. So he's taking a backswing, and then he's going down. Notice he's going down with no body rotation. He bought into the idea that, hey, if the club head is late and flipping, then the answer must be to speed up the arms, so to speak, let them fall while the body is not rotating. Force it out and then rotate. Pause your rotation, let it come down. That's not what's going on in a swing where the club head is not getting stuck. What's going on in a swing where the club head's not getting stuck is your back arm at this crucial redirection action is not overexerting. It's not pushing out either like this, like this, like this. It's not pushing out in some way that it typically wants to push out. And you're therefore lead arm dominant. And all the best ball strikers lean hard towards lead arm dominance. And all the ball strikers who struggle lean hard towards back arm dominance. So he's just trying to delay his rotation and speed up his hands. This is the beginning of the downfall. What I want to point out here is notice the natural lead arm dominant action. Notice the kind of, you know how like if you were going to toss your club as far as you could with just the front arm, you'd have this sort of squatting action where you gather yourself and then you'd thrust, sort of like throwing a frisbee. Same sort of action. Well, look at Tiger here. You can see that little pause action. It's a pause at the top. And in a way, this is what getting the club head going is. It's doing this sort of, but you're moving, the lower body is doing something. You're not just dropping the club head artificially. He's actually doing something here. He's winding up in the upper body, and Tiger had this sort of cadence where he would really pause here. But Hogan didn't really have that. Either one's okay. Again, the key is being lead arm dominant in your structure, not overexerting with your back arm. And however your body wants to do that is fine. It's a natural move. If you swing with just your front arm, just your lead arm, you'll feel this naturally. Hit balls with just your lead arm, and you'll feel this. And then notice the natural thrusting action. Now, Butch Harmon said that this opening of the hips here, what you see here, and of course Tiger developed tremendous flexibility in this manner as he got older from doing it so much. But this is something that Butch actually tried to get out of his swing. He didn't want him rotating his hips this hard. But there's nothing wrong with this at all. And you can see he's really lead arm dominant here. This is exactly what you'd kind of do, the kind of action you'd do if you were only using your lead arm. Notice how the body's working. It's kind of a delay, a squat, and a quicker thrusting action through the hit. And it's a fine action. He never should have messed with it. The only thing he should have done was work on keeping the back arm from overexerting. That's what was going on that he didn't like. But here you can see, this is unbelievable to me. This is a video I saw recently, and you actually are starting to see him get steeper from backswing to downswing. You see that? This is unbelievable. This move right here and this flexing of the club and how steep it's coming down, unbelievable that we're talking about Tiger Woods in this action right here. Because this is what you'd see from a higher handicap. I never thought I'd see the day where Tiger Woods is actually getting steeper from backswing to downswing. I don't know what sort of swing thoughts he's on these days. Maybe just he's in a way giving up on trying to flatten the club, because I think that was an obsession of his for a while. But just to see him just get steeper like that is an indication that he's really never corrected his ball striking. I mean, this is such a flippy action. It's crazy. Look how inside the club is here, and then you can see the flip. I know that people disagree, but I think from the start, starting with Butch, he's been working on the wrong stuff, and it just slowly deteriorated his swing. And still people want to act like he's a wise person when it comes to the golf swing. I don't think so.
He's really tried to get his hands in front of himself coming down. In other words, arms in front.
See that move? Terrible.
Used to lay down somehow, but in your old swing when you used to get stuck.
Low lay swing?
Yes.
They go low lay.
There's nothing wrong with that action that he's doing. If this is what you need to rotate your hips, and there's nothing wrong. What he's talking about is that action you saw him do in his 6-year-old swing or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is you want to do it with the back arm not overexerting. That's it. They were thinking that it had to do with the rotation of the body being too fast, too hard, too soon. No. It's fine to do that.
What's the one tip that you would give an amateur if he or she wanted to just improve their game? Don't watch YouTube. Okay. What's the second one that's called balls?
Don't watch YouTube.
Don't hit balls.
Look, I think there's a lot of nonsense out there on YouTube as well. Anyone who's not on the lead arm dominant kick, I think is off. I think is off the mark. I think the key to the swing is not having your back arm overexert. So if you're not talking about that, I think you're off. So I agree with him. Don't watch YouTube helps. And then he says, just go hit balls. It says a lot about where he's at too. He's kind of done with instruction. And it's unfortunate. I think he should give it one more try and give lead arm dominance a try. Give the lead arm progression a try. And you guys out there, give it a try as well. I have been studying the swing for more than 2 decades. I finally arrived at what I feel is the answer to the swing. And it's fairly simple. It's in the lead arm progression. I started off with a typical beginner's swing in golf. I was getting steeper from backswing to downswing. Tried to flatten out the club, and there was just nothing I could do to get it to flatten out. And I tried what Tiger was working on, keeping the hands in front. And I realized that it has to do with a more lead arm dominant sort of action. And you figure that action out by doing the lead arm progression. So check it out at theswingmechanic.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you next time.